The Philippine real estate industry has never been this exciting. With so many opportunities and even more potential for growth, there's a highly competitive market for real estate brokers and salespersons. But what if there was a way for you to take your real estate profession to the next level? RE/MAX Capital is an independently owned and operated office under RE/MAX Philippines and is the fastest growing real estate franchise in the country under the global RE/MAX brand. Since 1973, RE/MAX has been on the forefront of the industry, making it the most recommended and respected name in real estate.
No one in the world sells more real estate than RE/MAX. We are the destination for the very best.
Our objective at RE/MAX Capital is to provide market expertise, a vast network, and the highest level of professionalism that you can expect from real estate practitioners. How much on average do you think an independent real estate practitioner can earn, while only relying on a personal network and simultaneously working on documentation himself? Now, imagine if you could be part of a community of professionals that can help you do all of that.
At RE/MAX Capital, we not only help real estate professionals multiply their network, but we also focus on developing our agents through workshops and seminars. Because we believe in a mentorship culture. The more you learn, the more you earn. Some of our mentors are respected industry heavyweights with vast experience. We go a step further by providing back-end support so you can focus on closing that sale.
People always have the impression that being a real estate broker will make you earn a lot of money, and this includes my family and friends. But it actually takes a lot of hard work and dedication to be successful in this industry. By joining RE/MAX, I was able to grow my sale every year because of the experiences that we share and the learnings that I get from my colleagues and also from the mentors that we have in this company. So apart from that, actually, I gained a lot of friends.
But at RE/MAX Capital, it's not just all about business. We also know how to have fun, and we believe in establishing a sense of camaraderie and family. RE/MAX Capital puts you on the fast track to success to help you become the best real estate professional that you can be. It's definitely an exciting ride ahead for us, and we saved the seat just for you.
Take your profession to the next level.
We are RE/MAX Capital!
We have a big announcement, and we're excited about it. The real estate industry is going to change, and it's because of these guys. RE/MAX Capital has been unstoppable. They are a multi-awarded brokerage, winning the top spot in sales for several developers. And in 2018, they bested 8,000 officers from around the world to win the Broker Owner of the Year award at the International RE/MAX Convention in Las Vegas. They have a lot of really good people in their team. They do an amazing job of getting top quality licensed professionals and sales agents. I'm not surprised actually, because they are training their associates weekly in Monday mindset meetings. My favorite thing about them is they have a great culture of camaraderie and excellence.
Yes, this is big news for us. I know Larry Gamboa. We're fans of Larry and his team at Think Rich Pinoy.
They are one of the pioneer RE/MAX offices in the country, and TRP is already a household name, especially in the South.
What I really admire is we share the same belief in training and education and its role in boosting performance. They've helped so many people consistently hit income targets beyond 7 figures.
And that is why
We have decided to join forces to expand entrepreneurial freedom in real estate.
With a partnership under the RE/MAX Capital brand,
we will have a stronger combined reach across Central Metro Manila and the South.
Yep, that's right. We can now offer the best education, training, and coaching to give brokers and agents the correct tools to excel. Our shared mission is to turn real estate into a lucrative career and teach brokers to have an entrepreneurial mindset.
From just 6 agents in 2014, with this alliance, we are now a team of 60.
And our doors are very much open to anyone who wants to take their career to the next level. We are proud to announce RE/MAX Capital Alabang is now open.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to another special edition of the Remax Capital Monday Mindset. I am your host for today. My name is Jose Sewani Gonzalez. I am the director for training here at Remax Capital and Remax Capital Alabang. And we're coming at you live from the Remax Capital Studios in Bonifacio Global City, Taguig, Philippines. And again, guys, I'll be your host for this morning's event. Thank you so much for joining us again, guys. I know some of you here are regulars. You're always joining us during our Monday Mindsets. And as always, guys, we really appreciate all the love and support you've been giving us and sharing this event throughout Facebook and, of course, your contacts and your market as well. I'd like to welcome everyone back. Again, it's a bright and sunny Monday morning here in Manila, Philippines. And I hope everyone here is fully vaccinated, ready to go. And even if you are vaccinated, guys, if you're staying healthy and staying strong, I hope you're still masking up. And that being said, staying safe. So as you all know, we stream this event on Facebook and Facebook Live. So I can urge and hope and request everyone to please share this event on all your Facebook pages, your personal Facebook page, your business Facebook pages, your friend and family's Facebook pages, all the Facebook pages you have out there. Guys, please share. Let's get as much audience, as much people involved and get the word out there. And let's start our week right. Again, the idea is Monday Mindset, setting your week strong and your mind strong for the week ahead. That being said, guys, I know that all of you have been following the news and you've been seeing what's been happening in the last few days in Ukraine, Eastern Europe. And I hope, guys, you can join me in sending out our prayers, sending out our love and our hopes for the conflict that's happening there at the moment, and praying for peace. All of us here at Remax Capital hope that all the nonsense happening over there can be settled as soon as possible, and hopefully Europe and Eastern Europe in general can go back to a peaceful state. Not just honestly in Ukraine, all the global conflicts happening at the moment. Syria has been going on for way too long, if you ask me. The civil war happening in Yemen, the civil war happening in Sudan. I hope that all of these global conflicts can find a way to resolve and go back to peaceful states. So please, guys, send your prayers, send your love, send your hopes, whatever we can do to help, posting on social media, getting the word out there. Hopefully, again, these leaders who are running these countries can come to their senses. My goodness, honestly, it gives me, on one hand, it gives me so much gratitude to be in a country like the Philippines where, it's so peaceful, so quiet, so calm, and we can just, lay in bed happily, wake up in the morning, again, have days like this, sunny and bright, and walk out in the streets, not have any of this drama going on outside. So please, guys, do not take our luck, our peace for granted here in the Philippines. Or if you're watching from other countries, you're so lucky to be sitting in front of a computer and being in a state of peace and calm. And again, guys, having that Monday mindset and starting your week right. So that being said, again, we are back on Monday Mindset, which, as you all know, for the guys who are here all the time, this is our regular initiative here at Remax Capital and Remax Capital Alabang to invite the best speakers, the best thought leaders to tell us more about the issues that help shape the real estate industry. This is aligned with our mission to equip, mentor, and guide our associates and agents to elevate the standards so that we can professionalize the real estate practice here in the Philippines. So that being said, guys, let's start with our first speaker. I would like to also introduce actually one of our newest director and one of our newest partners here at Remax Capital to share a little bit about her real estate journey and how she became a director here at Remax Capital. Let's please all welcome our very own and always beautiful Maribeth, the Maribest Chua Lau. Hi, Beth.
Hi, Jose. Thanks for
Morning.
Morning. So, ako na ba? Okay, guys. Good morning. Good morning, Remax Capital. Good morning, guests. So, Jose asked me to share a few words or kasi how did I become director? So in Remax Capital kasi you have to achieve a certain amount to become director. So thank God I achieved that. So I'm gonna start my talk now. So my talk is teamwork makes the dream work. So how did I achieve my 7 million goal? Largely depended on the hard work of my team behind me. So my husband, Vincent, was the admin guy. He monitored our production. The first sale I had for 2021 was a good deal he found online while browsing for some good deals on the net. And luckily enough, the seller was also a broker who happened to own the unit. And of course, we had a buyer who was willing to buy good deals at that time. So we offered, negotiated, and closed. Part of the team behind me are also my past clients or friends of whom I delivered a high level of service or have proven my trustworthiness to them over time. So the unit that I closed in Green Hills, Makati, BGC, lots in Nuvali, Batangas, 90% of why they went to me or how I closed them was because of my commitment to do my best, whether just as their friend, an acquaintance, or their broker. I had also closed several Alveo listings last year. Again, a big part of which is my commitment to give my clients value over their investment. One of my clients also have a sister who works as a broker. And yet, two of the pre-selling properties she purchased, she bought from me, which was also mind-boggling to her. So of course, a big part of why I was also able to reach the 7 million mark was first, my sister-in-law Margaret, who is a professional pole dancer, by the way, from Pole Cats, but she has truly helped me in leasing activities. Before I got into Remax, majority of my work and my bread and butter was from leasing activities. But ever since I got into Remax, they have influenced me that although leasing may be a good thing, it is not the best thing. My leasing helped me in that it has trained my negotiation skills, helped me to build up my character also with some landlords who would eventually buy and sell, but it was very time consuming. I delegated that part to her and she did it very well. She was a people person and so she also got the trust of the landlords, referring her eventually and asking her for some tips on investing. So she opens up the doors for me and I do the closing. She also does the call outs, and when she gets the lead, I do the follow up. And since I mentioned she was a people person, her friends also eventually knew that she was into real estate, so asking her of investments. We would work on an account together, and using our strategy of her opening her door to her friends, I will close a deal for her. And by the way, she also does the Viber blasts for our team. Another one on my team is Justin. He is my husband's very good friend from way back in high school, and he helps us a lot when it comes to marketing. When we would get a listing, he will make the collaterals and photos for us, and he will be the one responsible to expose it to several websites, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and he also largely maintains our website. The next person is May Calatrava. Of course, you all know her. She's a rookie and she's very good. She's from Remax. When she started, she really helped us by handling the buyer side of the deal. I think we have about 2 deals or so that we closed because of this strategy. We handled the seller and she would handle the buyer, and she handled them excellently, surpassing the difficult questions and circumstance, especially questions like, so, in your experience, which of course at that time she had none, but she managed to pull it off by sheer persistence and eagerness to grow and learn. So next is my mentor, Gary Hablero, who has given me direction, a number to pursue, which is the 7 million mark, my encourager, friend, and when I am lost in all my thinking, would sort out my thoughts and bring me back to what I am supposed to do. Lastly, my friends in Remax from the support team like Pam, Ederson, Mira, my teammates like Eunice, Rossini, the entire GH team, people I look up to like John and Daff, our speaker Jose, Sim, Charles, Kerwin, GE, the best of the best in their field, and also the rookies and the associates who were willing to share how they closed their deals during the Wednesday coaching. This is what made me achieve my 7 million mark and made me director of Remax Capital. So teamwork makes the dream work. To God be all the glory who allowed me to meet these key people who really helped me achieve my goal. Done.
All right, Beth, again, congratulations and huge clap from everybody here, physical and of course digital claps from all our viewers today. Again, guys, if you have any questions for Beth or for a speaker later on, please don't be shy to use the chat box and we can go through all your questions also after each and every speaker. Beth, for me, a few questions for you before you run away. So yeah, like you said, firstly, congratulations on becoming director. And you kept on mentioning that you hit that target, you got that goal, 7 million. So first question from I'm sure from all our audience, where did you spend all that money, Beth?
I actually did not spend. Well, yeah, it's money well spent because since I'm in real estate, then of course you know that sabi nga ni Carlo Banzon, we put our money where my mouth is. You put your money where your mouth is. So I reinvested all of that. So this year, God has allowed me to invest in Velaris, in Lattice, also all on C5 because it's where we live now, and also in Eastland Heights. So there.
Fantastic. So mostly real estate investments is
Yes.
where you put the money. Fantastic,
Yes.
and good luck with that as well. Apart from that, can you maybe share some of the benefits you've experienced since joining Remax Capital? Like, what have been the biggest things that have helped you in your journey to go from real estate broker all the way up to partner director here at Capital?
The biggest help of Remax Capital for me is really the mindset, because when you're alone, you're kind of confused on what to think, and you somehow feel like you're selfish. When I wasn't here yet, I was very selfish with the deals I was making, and then with the information that I have, it felt like that was my life. that was my journey. Yeah. And then when I joined Remax, I saw the culture. Everybody was sharing their experience, their listings, how they do this, how they do that. So I was actually surprised, and everybody was reaching their goals. And so Sim always say that if you want to go far, you go alone. Sorry, if you want to go, if you want to go fast, but tama ba? Parang ganon. If you want to go far, go together. Parang ganon. So
Exactly.
yeah. So parang I can see the teamwork really behind Remax Capital, and how the especially the directors, they're very generous when it comes to sharing their learnings, especially to newbies, and very persistent. Actually, like Jose, the first time he asked me to speak, he was nonstop, and so yeah, I learned a lot in terms of mindset, culture there.
All right. Thanks so much for sharing, Beth. Well, like you said, I mean, here at Remax Capital, we really try and foster that community, that culture of family, right? Like you said, everyone's sharing, everyone's open, everyone is eager to help each other. We want to see all the associates, especially the new ones who join Capital, we want to see them succeed right off the bat, right? And that's really the company culture we try and build and grow here at Capital. On the flip side, Beth, I mean, you've had a bunch of successes, not just this year, but over the last few years, again, that propelled you into this directorship and partnership. What have been some of the major challenges that you've faced in this journey of yours, going from, again, real estate broker up to partner here at Capital?
For me, maybe the biggest challenge until now are the difficult clients, and brokers. Yeah, so the deal supposedly is I mean, para sa akin kasi all problems have solutions. However, sometimes it's really harder if you face a roadblock, and usually those are difficult people that don't want to move further. So yeah, so until now I'm experiencing that, but I guess the good thing about being in Remax Capital or here in our organization is that there is always someone to encourage you or to help you overcome that that difficult situation you're in. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. Actually, there was another speaker, I think, who said before that business is very easy if you look at it from that perspective. Business is easy. It's the people that make it hard, right? So, like you said, sometimes difficult brokers you work with, difficult clients. Honestly, again, I don't really believe it. Business is very, very easy when things are smooth. It's very smooth. It's the people involved that make it hard. But I guess that's also the fun part of our business, right? No two deals are the same. It's always
Correct.
exciting. You're kind of always on your toes, and it keeps it interesting as we go along. So that being said, Beth, again, thank you very much. Congratulations, and definitely looking forward to being one of your partners, many partners here at Remax Capital and Remax Capital Unbound. More success to you, Beth.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you.
All right. So that being said, guys, again, that was Maribeth, and we call her the Maribest Chualao here at Remax Capital. So again, guys, don't be shy to use the chat box. It's there for any questions, concerns, comments you guys may have, any violent reactions, anything you want to add to the conversation. Don't be shy to put it. We're more than happy to go through all the comments, all the questions at the end of every speaker. So again, guys, let's use that chat box. Again, before we proceed, guys, before we go to our main speaker, I want to say thank you to all the participants who are here today. As always, we really appreciate your love, your support in making this event as big and powerful and fun as it always is. And again, without your guys' support, we wouldn't be able to be doing these events on a monthly basis. So I hope moving forward for the March, April, and for the entire year moving forward, I hope to see the same faces and hopefully more faces as our Remax Capital Monday Mindsets continue. So that being said, let me introduce our keynote speaker, the guy you have all been waiting for, the reason why you guys are here at 10:30 in the morning if you're watching from the Philippines or anywhere from this side of the world. He is a Los Angeles-based serial entrepreneur, an award-winning speaker as well in Southeast Asia, speaking to us today about asking the intelligent questions. Please join me in giving a warm Remax Capital welcome to my friend, always happy to see him, the handsome Mr. Alex Pedron. Hey, Alex.
Hey, the handsome. I didn't write. Love it. Back at you, Jose. Thank you very much for that very, very warm welcome. I'm always happy to speak for Remax Capital and Remax Capital Alabang team. Thank you. Good morning, Philippines. Magandang umaga po sa inyo. Kumusta? I'm talking to you from my very ish man cave here in sunny Los Angeles. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is asking intelligent questions, right? But I'm not the type of speaker to really get into the talk right away. First, I'd love to build rapport with my audience, get a feel of who you all are, what you all do, and all of that. But before I do, once again, I just also want to say congratulations to Beth. Maribis, congratulations. Hitting that 7 million target, that's amazing. I'm so happy to hear you talk about your testimonial today. Jose, thank you for being the host for me. If you're listening, Charles Lejano, Jonathan Sim, my friends at Remax Capital, thank you again for having me. Hello as well to my friends in the Philippines, whoever is watching right now. Just comment so I could see you. Recently in the news, I've read that the Philippines is going back to level 1 with the COVID situation. And that's just great news. We've been in lockdown for so long, and I'm glad to just see that things are opening up again, and that the new normal is more convenient for everyone now. And just like what Jose did earlier as well, I want to dedicate this talk to the people in Ukraine and all the people out there who are not in a state or atmosphere of peace right now. So I'm sending all of my love and prayers right now to you, and just wishing for everybody's safety. So once again, my name is Alex Pedron. I normally don't do webinars or trainings this short. The usual time I do webinars and trainings go anywhere between 3 to 5 hours. And I've got what do I've got? More or less an hour to talk to you and deliver this presentation. At the same time, this is the first time I'm releasing content like this. I haven't actually spoke about this topic before, despite of how it has helped me so much. And as we go along on this talk, you'll also get to know more about me, my origin story as a serial entrepreneur, and some of the most important lessons that I've learned so far. So, grab a pen and paper, take down a lot of notes, just like what Jonathan Sim said in the video earlier. The more you learn, the more you earn. So take down as much notes as I can. The slides that I'm actually going to be showing you don't have a lot of information on it. So you'll have to really actively listen to everything that I'm going to be telling you right now. Also, write down some of the questions that you might have for me. Jose will be facilitating a Q&A right after my talk, which will last anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. So write down as much questions as you can. I will answer all of them. And say hi in the comments. I've been looking at I can actually view the comments right now. I want to know who's tuned in. Say hi, where you're listening from. Once again, I'm here in my man cave in LA. I want to know where everyone else is from. Let me open the comment section really quick. Just say hi. How you doing? You can engage with me in the comment section as I'm talking as well. Whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to say, and just drop it in the comment section. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. I remember when I first spoke for Remax Capital's Monday Mindset, it was sometime last year when the initiative was just new. And now look at everyone. Okay, I'm so glad that everyone is here. Feel free to comment any of your friends and coworkers as well who would like to be inspired today, right? Because who is this talk for? Okay, this is for people, of course, who want to be inspired, who want to start their Mondays right. And this is for people who want more this year, personally and professionally. This is also going to be for the salespeople who I have so much respect for. So feel free to comment them in the section below. So they in the comment section below, so they're aware of this talk. Make sure to click on share if you want to post this talk on your wall in case you want to go back to it later. You could view the entire recording. But yeah, what am I going to talk about? So my topic for you today is on asking intelligent questions. Now, the reason why I want to talk to you about that is because I've learned, and you may want to write this down, I've learned that the quality of questions that you have and ask can change your life. Once again, the quality of questions that you have and that you ask can change your life. Now, before I learned this, before I became an entrepreneur, I'm actually also a podcaster and professional public speaker. Now working with a startup in New York with my colleague, Ray Martez. I know he's watching right now. Let me give you a shout out, Ray. I'm about to throw in that BPE, the Big Penthouse Energy. If you watch Monday Mindset last time, you'll know what I'm talking about. BPE, shout out to Ray. And yeah, before I became all of that and everything that I am proud of today, I want to tell you a little story about where I'm coming from. So about 6 or 7 years ago, I was working in a bank in Manila, Philippines, in BGC, and I was a sales guy, and I've been in sales for quite a long time. And make no mistake, I'm not about to tell you a story that my job sucked, so I freaking left it. The pay wasn't enough. My manager sucked. Everything sucked, so I just quit my job. On the contrary, not at all. My job was great, man. I mean, the pay was good. The benefits were good. The culture, people, the managers, they were absolutely amazing. But there was just this void within me that somehow, despite of all that greatness that was around me, it just couldn't be filled. Okay. And um I was asking pretty low quality questions in my life at that time. Like, for example, am I good enough to be this, or am I good enough to be that, or why am I so fat, or why am I not smart enough or good enough to do this? Okay. And those questions were really shaping the quality of my life. They were really shaping my reality. So despite being in a great environment, the internal dialogue that I had, it was not, it for some reason, it was not good at all, until I came across a book that I was reading. And the book told about it was like a life biography of Steve Jobs. And I'm sure everyone here is familiar with Steve Jobs, right? And Steve Jobs asked a question. He asked himself this question in front of a mirror every day. He woke up and asked himself this question, and the question was, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to be doing what I'm doing? And it was such an eye opener for me. Now, I just want to make a quick disclaimer. I'm not asking anyone here to quit their jobs or anything like that, but you definitely want more, right? You want more love, you want more satisfaction, you want more money, you want more happiness in life. And for those of you who want more, I'm letting you know right now that this question is, or can be, the start of all of that. At least it was for me. The moment I started asking myself that question was when I finally learned what I wanted in life. And when you know what you want, if you could get extremely specific about what you want in life. And my want at the time was, I wanted to be a public speaker. I wanted to impact people in that way, where, and when I talk to them, I could watch their eyes turn into freaking light bulbs. You know what I mean? That to me was the most powerful type of personal development and value that you could provide others. Obviously, that's what I'm doing now, which is why I'm here. And I'm gonna let you know how I was able to tune into that energy and achieve everything that I did. So that question, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to be doing what I'm doing right now? It helped me to know what I wanted out of life. And the backstory behind that was, it was one of my rest days. I think it was a Friday or a Saturday. And I was laying in bed and I was watching YouTube. I actually can't remember what the heck I was watching on YouTube, but a YouTube ad came up. And on that ad, there was a speaker talking about helping people bounce back from depression, helping them navigate their stress, helping them recover from adversity or overcome adversity, rather. And I told myself, you know what? I want to do that. I want to help people navigate their stress and help them bounce back from whatever hardships they were going through in life, and be able to live the best life that they could despite of all of the adversities. So I wanted to become a professional speaker with that niche. And the person who was on the YouTube ad, speaking to, must have been thousands of people in the video. That person was Tony Robbins. So for those of you who don't know, Tony Robbins is probably one of those well-known motivational speakers on the planet. If you Google him, you'll see that's Robbins with a double B, and you'll see who I'm talking about. But he really inspired me in such a way where it complemented the question that I was asking in my life, which was, if I were to freaking just leave this earth tomorrow, would I want to be doing what I was doing at the moment? And at the time, my answer was no. No, I didn't want to work in a bank. I wanted to be a public speaker. And by asking that question, once again, it really shaped my reality. So write this down. Know what you want. And I'll expound further as I move along. But let me tell you what it really means to know what you want. What are the benefits, Alex? A lot of speakers tell me, yeah, you got to know what you want. You got to be specific. So what? So write down a lot of notes. Here's what I'm about to say. Okay. Knowing what you want, it changes everything. It determines what you eat. It determines who you hang out with, the books that you read, the types of media, social media that you consume. It determines the way you walk, the way you act, the way you behave in general. Knowing what you want, it changes absolutely everything. I'm going to give you a very, very simple example. So let's say I invited my wife to the mall and I'd be like, hey, babe, come with me to the mall. I just want to hang out. And then let's see where we go from there. So imagine wife and I walking in the mall right now. And then we enter the mall. There's no agenda. I just said I want to hang out. So we're walking. And my wife is like, okay, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. Let's just walk around and see what happens. Okay. So I really don't know what I want. How do you think our walk would look like? How do you think our sense of direction would look like? We'd probably be walking aimlessly, pretty slow, and our sense of direction, we'd probably be window shopping everywhere, not knowing what we want at all. Wherein, what if I said, hey, babe, let's go to the mall. I want to have coffee with you in Starbucks, and let's talk about our podcast. So what happens then? The moment that we walk into the mall, we're going to be walking really fast, headed towards where? That Starbucks. We're going to get some coffee, and then we're going to talk about our podcast. Knowing what you want, it changes more than you think it does. And that's exactly what happened to me. And another realization that I came to, that I also want to share as another example, is that when you ask questions, high quality or low quality, which I'll explain more later on when I get into my presentation, but when you ask certain questions, I want you to think about your mind like a search engine. So, for example, if I'm asking the question, why am I so stupid? Or why is this happening to me? Or why me? Guess what's going to happen? The Google of my mind will then take in that information and then reflect upon which should be images and links, or rather it would be experiences and memories that would be like, okay, this is why you think you're so stupid. This is why you think, you blame everything or everyone for what's happening to you. This is why you're procrastinating all the time, because of the questions that you're asking yourself. Wherein if I were to ask, what can I learn from this instead? The Google of my mind will then come up with memories and experiences that will prompt me to put myself in a learning state and learn from what is happening, regardless if it's a difficult situation, challenging situation, or a good situation. And from there, knowing what you want by asking intelligently, asking certain questions, will shape the quality of your life. And also, it will change the way you talk to clients and also change the way clients perceive you. So now that I've covered the who, what, where, and why, I'm now going to cover the how, which I will share in a presentation. Now, can somebody please drop a let's go in the comment section right now if you're ready for this knowledge to change your life? Here we go. Make sure your pen and notebook is out. I'm about to share my screen. There you are. Okay. Closing more deals and manifesting what you want by asking intelligently. I'm going to share how to apply this, guys. All right. Now, this asking intelligently is in the form of a formula. There are 5 steps to this formula. Feel free to take a screenshot of this as I talk about it. And I'll also give you some more references towards the end of my talk. So you have access to as to how to get more information on asking intelligently. Now, how I'm able to deliver this talk to you right now is I mentioned earlier about Tony Robbins. I actually got my wife to listen to a bit of Tony Robbins as well. She actually attended the Unleash Her Power Within webinar by Tony Robbins and Carissa Cuccis. So in that webinar, I saw that Tony and Carissa had a formula on how to ask the right questions. And I'm like, holy crap, there somebody actually made a formula about this. And I could, it's something that deeply resonated with me because I thought I was the only one experiencing something like this. And I come to you now with experience with personal experience, of course, and from what I learned from Tony and Carissa as well. So to begin, number one, when you ask an intelligent question or as you learn to ask intelligently, you need to learn how to be, you got to be specific. Okay. Now, write this down, guys. Knowing what you want, it takes practice. And I'm not sure if there was a public speaker who has ever said that or dropped that line before. Public speakers are always like, oh, you got to know what you want. You got to be specific, blah, blah, blah. But it takes life experience to really know what you want. And so I'm just going to cut the pressure off for everybody. Knowing what you want, it takes practice. There's a trial and error phase in getting specific and really, it takes time for us to know what we want. And the sooner that we can start, the better it will be for us. So think about this example. I'm a whiskey guy. All right. I love to drink my whiskey. And let's say I was having, I had a long week at work. It's Friday night. I want to hang out at my comfort bar, talk to the coolest bartender, and just kick it, drink some whiskey. So when I enter that bar, talk to the bartender, I'm like, hey, I want some whiskey. What's wrong with that? Okay. There's something wrong with that because there are different types of whiskey. All right. There's Irish whiskey, Scotch whiskey, Japanese whiskey, bourbon, Tennessee single malt whiskey, and so on and so forth. So I was not specific enough. So instead, I was just handed something or a whiskey that I didn't like. Right. So it's very important because you may have an idea of what you want, but how much do you actually know about what you want? Does that make sense? You may have an idea of it, but how much do you actually know about what you want? You got to get really acquainted with what you want for yourself. You can't just say, what I want is to be rich. Rich in what? Rich how? Where do you start? Who can take you there? You want to be rich in relationships? You want to be rich in happiness, rich in money? What is it? Be as specific as possible and continue to practice that. Okay. Now, same thing when working with a prospect in sales. All right. Now, I'm going to get something really quick. Anyone in sales knows this famous sales scenario. Sell me this pen. But not everyone knows how to properly answer that. Most salespeople will say, it's a great pen. It's signed by the creator. It's a push pen. It doesn't run out of, it'll take a very long time to run out of ink. That salesperson is just really describing the product, right? But if you learn to get specific by asking intelligent questions, the way to answer the scenario, sell me this pen, is to ask a question or questions. How long you been in the market for pens for? Are you looking for a luxury pen? What type of pen are you looking for? What are you going to use it for? I know you're going to write stuff down, but for what situations? Are you looking for a more high-end pen? What's your budget range for it? Okay. So not only are you learning to, be specific with yourself, you're helping a prospect or a client get specific with their wants and needs as well. And the more specific you can get a client to become, I promise you, the less objections there will be. Once again, the more specific you can get a client to become, the less objections there will be. Okay. Qualifying clients is one of the most important steps in sales, and learning how to ask questions as specific as you can. And also by asking questions, helping your clients and prospects get to their specific want and need as well, you'll change the game. All right. Now, for the next part, as someone who can specifically help you, how many people ask the wrong people for help? Let that simmer down. How many people ask the wrong people for help? It happens all of the time. I know it has happened to me many times before. You actually might know what you want and you're specific about it, but then you ask the wrong person to help you. Okay. Now, it's important to realize that when you do get specific with what you want, when you finally know what that want is, it's important to realize that someone out there has already got it, acquired what you want, has already taken the steps to achieve what it is that you want. And there's so much things that this person can share with you. Someone wanted the same things you do now and has achieved that thing. So how can you reach out to this person? Where are they on social media? Where is this person who has everything you want? And how can you get in touch with this person? So whatever it is after this talk, you decide whatever you want is whatever that want is. Make sure that you're looking for the right person to ask help from, to ask mentorship or coaching from. Maybe it's in the Remax Capital or Remax Capital Alabang team that you could specifically talk to. Who is it? Is it Jose? Is it some of the other directors there? Is it Beth? Who is this person who has achieved what I aim to achieve? And how can I reach out to this person? How can I get this person to notice me? Okay. Now, it's very similar in sales as well. Are you qualifying the right prospect? All right. Now, in real estate, in any product or service, really, it's important to understand. And the truth is, you just can't sell to everybody. Okay. Is the prospect working at the same time? Are you working with the right prospect? Is the prospect working with the right agent as well? Okay. You also can't treat each prospect like a number or like a sales target. Prospects are also human beings. They have wants and needs like you do. And the thing about asking intelligently is that you'll always strive to be the right person at the right time for somebody by being someone specific who can address what your prospect's needs and wants are. Okay. Very, very important. Now, moving forward, create value for the person you are asking. All right. How many of us out there give more than we take? Okay. How many of us out there give more than we take? Now, people help those who help themselves, but people especially help people who create a win-win situation or mutually beneficial situations. If you're asking for someone to coach you or mentor you or work with you, think about what value can you give back in return. Okay. Same thing in sales. A lot of salespeople, they take before they give. But John Maxwell, the leadership coach, says to add value first. Add value first. Now, value doesn't always have to be. It doesn't always have to be tangible. Okay. It can be in the form of a compliment. It can be in the form of actively listening to what the prospect or what your mentor is saying. All right. It can be in the form of remembering your prospect's birthday and then sending them an email about it. Okay. In any situation where you're working or negotiating with someone, operate in a space where you're trying to create a mutually beneficial situation for all of the parties involved. All right. Now, and this is probably my favorite, is to ask with certainty or ask with absolute certainty. You need to be able to feel this, whatever question that you have in your bones. Okay. You need to be able to feel that question. If you aren't convinced about what you're asking, how can anyone else be? Okay. Like, hey, Beth, I want you to mentor me because I also want to achieve my 7 million target. I also want to become a director like you in XYZ amount of time, exactly like you did. I believe that I can do it. You gotta have that feeling within you. You gotta speak with certainty. Anyone watching right now can smell bullshit from a mile away, and your prospects can too. Okay, if there's no energy, if there's nothing compelling in the way you ask, then chances are people are just not going to take your question seriously. Okay, when you ask intelligently, be so clear, so compelling in your ask that whoever you're asking wants to be a part of it too. Same thing when qualifying clients. All right, be able to show that you're sure of what they want and you're sure that you can help them. Guys, nobody nobody will buy from someone who's like, okay, yeah, let me show you the virtual showroom. And oh, by the way, actually, I think you might like on the second floor because there's a beautiful view of BGC, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? No one's going to want to buy from a person like that. Okay? You got to feel certainty. You got to believe so much in what you're asking that energy resonates with them. And they'll be like, hell yeah, I'll buy that, or I'll work with you. I'll coach you. I'll mentor you. Speak with incredible certainty. Okay. The thing about sales is you're not just selling a product, you're also selling your personality. And it's very important that people you work with, people you negotiate with, sell to, they see that you're 1,000% in it, that your personality is no one like they've ever encountered before. And they want that energy. They want to be around that stuff because, that positivity, that vibe, that's extremely contagious. So when you ask, you better make sure that you bring it. You better make sure that you ask with compelling vision. You're asking for what you want here. What you want in life for you to be able to achieve more, to get more. Don't be so lighthearted about that ask. Be so excited about it. Be so enthusiastic about it that the people you ask, the people you talk to, they feel the same excitement and enthusiasm as you do. Now, the thing about the next part is asking until you get what you want. Any salesperson knows that the key to sales success is being persistent, relentless, and adaptable. Okay. Ask until you get what you want, but learn to change your approach as you ask. Remember, knowing what you want, it takes practice. There's a trial and error phase going on where, okay, I should have asked a different question instead. I should have asked a different person instead. Or maybe I was talking to the right person. Let's see how they respond to this question when I ask for what it is that I want. All right. Now, um, once again, if you need to change the question or change who you're asking or provide a different type of value that the person you're asking resonates with. Okay. If you really want something, keep asking in the direction of your outcome, but at the same time, stay flexible. All right. You can't keep asking the same questions and expect different results. You can't keep providing the same value and expect, different results, or asking the same people and expect different answers. All right. Now, to bring it all together, know what you want and then ask specifically for what you want. Ask someone who can specifically help you. Create value for the person you're asking. Ask with certainty. And of course, ask until you get what you want. Now, what I want this year, I want to be a crazy successful entrepreneur. How I want to work with my wife in our podcasting business. I also want to start an e-learning business here in the United States. And my target is 6 months from now, I want to be able to make $50,000 in revenue and double that by the end of the year. That's what I want. What do you want? I know you're here because you want more. Who doesn't? All right. Very, very important to get in tune with what you want. You could use the same question Steve Jobs did, which I also used. If look at yourself in a mirror, if this was your last day on earth, would this be would this be the thing that you're doing right now? Get yourself in a perspective where the questions that you ask yourself will put you in a position of where you want to be, whatever that is. Okay, you want to be wealthy, you want to have better health, you want to be able to, I guess after COVID, travel more. What do you want? Do you want this house? You want this car? What it is, what it is that you want? You want to be a public speaker. You want to get promoted. What is it that you want? And then from there, utilize this formula and get into the right questions to get you to where you want to be. Now, I want to share, before we go into Q&A, I want to share some of the most challenging things, or one of the most challenging things about this formula is, you guessed it, it's number one, it's getting specific. Okay, that's the challenge that I had. But once again, knowing what you want and getting absolutely specific, it takes a lot of practice. But as soon as you can, the sooner that you start writing these things down, writing down what you want, and then building questions around that, the sooner you can start doing that, the more you will, the more you will reap and achieve from this year and moving forward as well. Okay, know what you want and then ask intelligently so you could achieve what you want. And if you're a salesperson, recall the things that I mentioned in this formula, because that's what I've been using for the longest time. And I'm a sales guy by heart. Although I do recognize myself as an entrepreneur, I know that any business, their lifeblood is sales and building relationships with clients, which is why I also wanted to add a sales element to this talk. Now, I did promise you earlier that I would expound a little bit on low quality questions and high quality questions. If it wasn't obvious to you now, low quality questions are questions that hinder you. Okay, low quality questions are questions that take away your peace, your self-esteem, like some of the questions that I was asking myself from before, like, why am I so stupid? Why am I so fat? Why am I not getting any better? Why am I not getting this promotion? Why me? Why is this happening to me? Okay, the search engine of my mind will only return memories and past experiences to me that reflect what question I am asking. And so I learned how to ask high quality questions instead. Now I want to share, I have 3 questions that I want to share with everyone. It's not on the slide, but make sure you write them down if you can. These 3 questions really, it really changed the way the way I operate personally, professionally, and added so much value in my life. I learned to ask these questions during specific times where I'm facing a lot of adversity, where there's particularly a lot of stress or a lot of pressure going on at work, or maybe a personal thing. And if you guys find yourself in a similar situation, before before submitting to your triggers, where you're gonna be like, ah, crap, f this, my day is ruined, and all of that. Before you get into that, make sure that you attempt to flip those triggers and ask yourself these questions instead. So whenever I was going through a hard time, to get to the bottom line, the first thing, my first reaction is, what can I learn from this? Or what is this situation trying to teach me? If I can walk away from a difficult question with a lesson learned, then I know that I would win. And now the second question that I would ask is, what's positive about this situation? No matter what the situation is, no matter how bad, no matter how disruptive, there's something positive in that situation. But because it's so, because there's so much stress and adversity going on, it's clouding your vision to that positivity. And it's important to really put yourself back into perspective and find that one positive thing, no matter how big or small it is, because that big or small positive thing, it will give you hope. That big or small positive thing, it will give you that spark, that little light that you need to just keep going. Now, the last question that I usually ask myself, and I will, I will share this with a little bit of caution, because it's not something that you would use in all situations. But I asked what's funny in this situation. Okay, just like learning, if I can walk away laughing, or having a little giggle, then I know that I would win. But at the same time, that has put me in a situation where I laugh at awkward moments. Okay, and that's something that obviously that you don't want to do, right? But if you can find a way to learn something, to find something positive, or something maybe that you're thankful for, and then walk away with a smile on your face, and you could beat absolutely any difficult situation if you ask those three things. Make sure that you practice replacing what triggers you have whenever you experience something stressful, or a particular challenge. Most people have triggers of just losing their temper, and just dismissing their entire day as a bad day. But it's not. As long as you apply the three questions that I just shared, you will put yourself in a position of power. You will regain that strength and be able to, once again, walk away with gratitude and a smile on your face. So, having said that, I would love to proceed to the Q&A now. I hope you guys have written down some of the questions that you might want to ask me. Get to know what you want, get acquainted with knowing what you want, get as specific as possible. And I guarantee you, once you apply the formula of asking intelligently and remain adaptable in your approach, everything changes. Okay, so let's proceed to the Q&A. I'm going to be looking at the comment section, and also Jose, feel free to pitch in. What do you think about the presentation? Got any questions?
Yeah, definitely. Fantastic talk, Alex. Thank you so much. Again, virtual round of applause, guys, for Alex. And not just Alex, actually. I noticed that Mrs. Pedron, M. Pedron, is the most active commenter on the chat box from start to end. So yes, congratulations as well to M. And actually, that being said, Alex, that was actually gonna be my first question. Like, firstly, congrats on the wedding. Recently married. Congrats to Mr. and Mrs. Alex Pedron. That you guys are officially, and legally obliged to each other. How has being married changed or affected or moved the way you perceive things in terms of business, in terms of life, in terms of, like you said, asking the right questions? Because now it's like, okay, what will my wife think, or what will my wife want? And that was one of the examples you put earlier about going to the mall with the wife. So how has that changed your day-to-day outlook on life?
Like seriously, Jose, I could do a whole new webinar about this, but I have so much to say. But the bottom line is, I'm no longer so asking intelligently the question that I ask, the questions that I ask clients or whatsoever. I'm no longer, the bottom line is, I'm no longer thinking about myself. And you actually just mentioned it. What does my wife think? What will she think? Will she approve this? Will she approve that? That's just the way I operate now. In terms of whatever it is I ask, especially when it comes to my goals. Would how does this one goal of mine support M? How does this how does this direction that I would want our business to go support M's goals? And the questions that I have now extend to my wife, which feels absolute. It's not a barrier for me. It just feels great because I know that if she's not a part of whatever it is I'm up to, my vision, my goals, my work, my passion in life that drives me, if she is not a part of that, then what the hell am I doing it for, man? It's just I find no meaning to it anymore if Mrs. Pedron is not a part of that. So yeah, it changed me forever.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree, and I can relate to exactly what you're saying because I mean now it's not just thinking of yourself. You're thinking of two people.
Yeah.
Right. How is it going to affect, like you said, me and my wife, and maybe in time it'll be three people.
Four. We want twins.
There you go. So from two to four, right? That's multiplication, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
fantastic. Well, I actually want to ask also, Alex. So one of the challenges that I face in asking the intelligent questions, I mean, I totally agree with what you're saying. Is that you want to ask your client questions, you can get the bottom of what they want, right? You can find out, like you said, their pressing problem and their non-negotiable need to do what they want to do. But I'm sure you've encountered clients who aren't as open and honest as you want them to be, despite the questioning, right? So how do you deal with those clients where you're trying to get to the bottom of it? You're trying to, peel the onion back, but they're just being very resistant and secretive about the truth about what they want. How do you crack that shell and get them to open up to you?
So, from my experience, I have always taken a very human approach to sales, and that has helped me with handling objections. That has helped me with dealing with difficult clients, like you mentioned. And one way that I do it, I just get straight up human with them. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna be like, hey, for example, if you were the client, hey, Jose, off the record here, let's not even talk about this product. Let's not even talk about this sales. I'm just gonna let you know, this is me, and I would love to understand you better. There's a reason why you're here, and part of my job is to get to know that reason, but also part of me as a human being, I am now genuinely interested to know, like, why are you here? How can I help you? Or am I the right person? If I'm not, let me know. I hope to direct you to the right person. Okay. The sales process, if you add human elements to it, there will be less struggles. Sometimes when people put on their sales hat, they just become different. But when I talk to people, I'm just the same. Okay, the way I'm talking to you right now, Jose, is the way I talk to all clients, my friends, family. It's the same. It's human. And if you, once again, adding human elements to your sales process, to your questioning, will help relieve the client of any barriers that they may have, any objections that they may have, because you're leveling with them. Both of you are human. You have wants and needs. And you're really genuinely, although it's part of your job, you're really genuinely interested to know, how can I help? What is it? Am I the right person to talk to? And I know these questions, they might sound awkward. I don't want it to sound like an interview or anything like that. You know what I mean? But the reason why I ask these questions is because I want you, we just want the best for you, man. That's all.
Yep.
You know?
So to take away from what you're saying, Alex, it's kind of like a help me help you attitude.
Exactly. But in a very human way. Very,
Right.
very human way.
Like you said, connecting with them on a more human level, like you said, leveling with them and just
Yeah.
basically telling them, the best way I can do my job is to get the most information from you so I don't also waste your time. Right?
Yeah.
And just kind of be open and honest with them about that. Like you said, and if I'm not the best person for you, then please also be honest with me because I don't want to waste your time as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, I guess to what also you're saying, it has to be done with a little bit of finesse because if you
Tact.
do it
Yeah.
in a style, like an interrogation style,
Mhm.
where it's like question, question, question under the spotlight,
Mhm.
then I think any person, a normal reaction would be to like clam up and not want to share.
Exactly. So
But
one thing I mentioned earlier in my talk, when it comes to sales, you're not just selling a product, you're also selling your personality. You know what I mean? And if you can be a person who is easy to talk to, easy to open up to, I would say that would be even better. Like if you can practice or put yourself in a position where how can I get more people to open to me? How can I get more people to feel like it's safe for them to tell me this, tell me that? Then you you'd be the best, really. You know what I mean? Because the more information that you have about a prospect or about a client, the more you can match their needs to a certain product or service that would actually, that would actually help them.
yes, absolutely. Totally agree. Well, one of the things you also mentioned earlier, Alex, was a question that Steve Jobs would ask himself every time he'd wake up in the morning. And I want to throw a question back to you. I'm sure some of our viewers also are wondering. So if today was your last day, would you be doing what you are currently doing?
Hell yes! If I were to die tomorrow, like a meteor hit 2 hours from now, I'm so glad I spoke with Jose and Remax Capital team. Like, you know what I mean? I'm so glad to the people commenting. There's so many of you. Thank you. It's morbid as hell, but if I were to die like tomorrow, man, I'm so glad I spoke to each and every one of you. I'm so glad that maybe, just maybe, there was something from what I said that would change the way you operate and would just change everything for you. That's what I live for, man. That's just, I can't say it any more simply.
Yeah, and thank you again for your time today, Alex. Honestly, I mean, the topic you had today couldn't have hit the nail on the head any better because that's something in real estate we call qualifying our clients, right? Asking the questions and really getting to the bottom of what they need. And that's really something we try and drill home with all of our associates at Capital that you cannot proceed to showing your clients properties. You cannot proceed to even getting close to closing the deal if you don't start with step one, which for us is always qualifying. Is this client really qualified to do the business that they say they're going to do? Do they have the funds? Do they have the resources available? Do they know what they want? And do you know what they want in order to get them the best possible deal? Because if not, if you don't find out that step one, you're never ever going to move forward from there.
I agree.
One of the questions here from actually one of our other directors at Remax Capital, Eunice Estrada, she said, low quality questions are geared towards validating your negative thoughts or ignite more confusion and frustration in life. Just to clarify, may I know some of the examples of low quality questions?
So I'm going to be, when I say low quality questions, I'm going to answer it in such a way where it's broad so that everyone can understand. Because what we want, I want different things. Jose, you want different things. Other people want different things. And I want to answer this in such a way where it's relevant for everyone. And the way I'm going to do that is when you ask a question, make sure check how it makes you feel. Does this question make you feel worse? Do you dive deeper in that hole of negativity and despondency and sadness and all that, or is the question uplifting to you? Does the question challenge you? Does the question open you to new horizons? Yanks you out of your comfort zone, and be like, okay, if I continue asking myself this question, this is the way I feel. It makes me feel bad or good, and then that will push you to whatever reality that is. So low quality questions are questions that make you check how you feel. Because when you ask yourself low quality questions, it'll make you feel worse.
Mhm.
It'll make you feel a lot worse. When you ask yourself high quality questions, you will experience a sense of curiosity there. What if? What if I try that? What if I try this? And
Mhm.
something will nudge you within. Something will just nudge you, prod you, do that, do this, or try this, try that. You'll see, Eunice. You'll see.
All right, thank you very much. So, I mean, something we spoke about in one of the previous trainings before was asking clients the hard questions, not being
Mhm.
shy. And something we noticed, especially here in the Philippines, is talking about money is something very taboo. You don't
Yeah,
ask
it is.
people what their salary is. You don't ask people how much they spent on this, how much they paid to buy that. And in real estate, for me, it's one of the most important things to ask. What is your budget? What is your price range? And then diving deeper, right? Are you so let's say, for example, the client says, okay, my budget is 30 million pesos. Okay, do you have that amount? Are you a cash buyer or are you looking to
Mm-hmm.
get bank financing? And the client will say, I'm a cash buyer. And then you're gonna ask, okay, is that cash readily available today? Meaning if you find the property
Right.
tomorrow, you're ready to make an offer, pull the trigger, close the sale because the funds are already sitting in your account. And I notice actually a lot of people are shy or I guess nervous to ask their clients those questions about their financial standing because it's so taboo in the Philippines.
It
But for me,
is.
actually, when I talk to my associates, my team, people in my office, any person in this industry, to be honest, I tell them you have to ask these questions because how will you know how to proceed when you're faced with those same questions from the seller side on the other side? How will you be able to answer if you don't know where the buyer stands? So again, don't be shy to ask the hard questions, even if it's taboo, like you said, even if it makes you a bit nervous, because in the end, asking these hard questions also is what builds your relationships with your clients, right, over time.
I agree. And also, I would once again add human elements when you, especially when talking to difficult clients or asking difficult questions, add some human elements to it. Okay, th- this. I don't want it to be weird between us when I ask this question, but there's a reason that I have to ask this
Exactly.
question. You know what I mean? Just if you add human elements to it, it's okay. So you can also explain why you asked that question. Okay, if you think Jose that it's taboo, then I'm sure clients think it's taboo as well.
Right.
And they're not. You have to realize that if they do think that way, they're not used to answering that question.
Exactly.
Like, so level with them. Okay, this might sound a little weird, or I don't know how this might sound a little awkward for you, but we do have a specific question. The truth is, I hate asking this question, but you look like a real cool guy or gal, so I'm just
Right.
gonna pop the question and let me know what you think.
Yep.
You
It's
know
kind
what
of
I
like
mean?
break the ice, set the tone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Get them off guard before you ask them the question. Yeah, fantastic.
Exactly. Add human
Um,
elements to it.
I think Alex, we covered all the questions on the chat box. But
Awesome.
I mean, before you go, any little nuggets of knowledge, any parting words from the recently married Mr. Alex Pedron?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. So I know that a lot of people are going to gain a lot of value from this talk. And I noticed that everyone is so active in the comment section. So uh, my ask is for everyone to just drop drop their biggest takeaway from my talk, whatever it is, and just put it in the comment section so that everyone who goes back to this little recording, they could see your takeaways too. And that's so important, especially for Remax Capital team building a learning culture. Everyone here has different takeaways. I want to know what they are. I want to know how I was able to help you. And you know, you can share that in the comment section so everyone can see as well. Just drop a, very quick one liner. What did you learn? What did you learn from the talk? Very quick one liner. That would be great. And of course, I want everyone to succeed. And I keep telling my coaches and mentees this, whatever it is that you want, I support you and I want you to succeed. And you got this. Keep that BPE up. Big penthouse energy up. Keep that up. All right. That's all, guys.
All right. Thanks so much, Alex, from everyone here at Remax Capital, from all your kababayans here in the Philippines.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for your time. And again, stay safe and hope to see you Hope to see you soon.
Take care, Jose. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Remax Capital.
All right. So again, for everyone who stayed with us till the very end, thank you so much for joining us. Again, we really appreciate your time in spending this morning with us. If you're watching here from the Philippines or this side of the world, if you're watching from the US, where Alex is from, I think it's quite late. Actually, probably dinner time for you guys over there. Maybe past dinner time, depending what coast you're on. So again, thank you for sticking it out till the very, very end. And for Alex and Beth, again, thank you so much for your time, for sharing with us. We really, really appreciate it. Just to remind you guys, we have the next Monday Mindset coming up on the 28th of March. So we'll be sending out the invites before those dates. So please watch out for that. Again, hope to see everybody there. My name is Jose Sewani Gonzalez. I was your host for today's event. And everyone, again, stay safe, stay warm, stay dry. Anywhere in the world, stay peaceful, and we'll see you on the 28th of March. Take care, guys.
The Philippine real estate industry has never been this exciting. With so many opportunities and even more potential for growth, there's a highly competitive market for real estate brokers and salespersons. But what if there was a way for you to take your real estate profession to the next level? Remax Capital is an independently owned and operated office on the Remax Philippines and is the fastest growing real estate franchise in the country under the global Remax brand. Since 1973, Remax has been on the forefront of the industry, making it the most recommended and respected name in real estate.
No one in the world sells more real estate than Remax. We are the destination for the very best.
Our objective at Remax Capital is to provide market expertise, a vast network, and the highest level of professionalism that you can expect from real estate practitioners. How much on average do you think an independent real estate practitioner can earn while only relying on a personal network and simultaneously working on documentation himself? Now, imagine if you could be part of a community of professionals that can help you do all of that.
At Remax Capital, we not only help real estate professionals multiply their network, but we also focus on developing our agents through workshops and seminars. Because we believe in a mentorship culture. The more you learn, the more you earn. Some of our mentors are respected industry heavyweights with vast experience. We go a step further by providing back-end support so you can focus on closing that sale.
People always have the impression that being a real estate broker will make you earn a lot of money, and this includes my family and friends. But it actually takes a lot of hard work and dedication to be successful in this industry. By joining Remax, I was able to grow my sale every year because of the experiences that we share and the learnings that I get from my colleagues and also from the mentors that we have in this company. So apart from that, actually, I gained a lot of friends.
But at Remax Capital, it's not just all about business. We also know how to have fun, and we believe in establishing a sense of camaraderie and family. Remax Capital puts you on the fast track to success to help you become the best real estate professional that you can be. It's definitely an exciting ride ahead for us, and we saved the seat just for you.
Take your profession to the next level.
We are Remax Capital.